My other sacred cow is just that I don't like Fast and Furious movies. I do not think they're good.
Oh, that's fine.
I don't think they are good at all.
Nope.
I don't think they stand next
What
to...
does good mean?
It means...
What's good?
Those are direct-to-DVD movies. They are not good
excellent
films.
post-production.
It does not have good post-production. It does not have good effects.
Lately.
It does look like
The effects have been bad. These are B movies that are being touted as great. You know what it's like?
They are.
It's like
they are
that
B
old
movies
John
being touted as great. That's the feature, not the bug, Tara.
No.
Like, for real.
That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
I'm in it for the bit.
No,
and
but the bits aren't good.
I think it's.
I'm gonna fly
That's
this
my thing
car.
is if people, I don't think they are objectively good or bad movie. I don't think they're objectively good. I think they're objectively not great. However, if someone enjoys it and they want to have a bit with everybody else like you do, and be like they're great movies.
I know what I'm in for.
Yeah.
And
that's what it is. If you know what you're signing up for.
I watch trauma movies for fun. Like this is just high budget dumb.
Yes,
and I love it.
But that's not what people say. Do you remember that old John Mulaney bit where he's like, "Yeah, I like good movies like The Godfather and Scarface."
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's my
It's
hop.
like,
That's my.
that's it. It's the exact same thing. And people are like, "Oh, I like great movies like Oppenheimer and Fast and the Furious." Nope.
What's up to all our sidekicks and henchfolk out there in the geek? Did I pop good? I wanted to pop good. Let me do it again. What's up to all our sidekicks and henchfolk out there in the Geek Nation? And thank you for tuning into Cult Pop Podcast Live, episode 143 of 400,000. If you're new here, this is a space. Yeah, we'll get to that part. This is a space where we talk about movies, comics, TVs, the dystopia that may very well be corporate nation states, and all other things that scratch that nerdy itch. Tonight, we are broadcasting to you live from Young Junk HQ, a bomb-ass podcast studio space here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
It's a nice.
It's a nice. We are your hosts.
Hey.
For this evening. It's a different lineup, but we're happy to be here and, pretend like it's normal. I'm Noel, filling in for JD of Johnny Destructo's Hero Complex, which I hear is a store that is located at 4327 Main Street, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 19127. A super rad comic shop that caters to nerd adjacent people alike. And also, too, if you don't like this stuff, just walk in and buy it.
There's t-shirts.
With me tonight is the purveyor of fine video content and studio space wherein content is created.
It's true.
Mr. Terry Leahy.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Alice. I'm the hot one.
It hurts, but it's true.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's not true. You're the hot one.
it's true.
Wait, so if you're taking the place of JD and you're Alice, then I'm you?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. I'm Noel.
Also with us tonight is Noel. No, co-host of your other favorite podcast, Fresh Floppies.
Yeah, true.
My
My floppies are only fresh.
a member of the CultPOP family, making his first live show debut.
Hey.
So
Wait. Hey. I don't know
Hey.
where I'm looking. Hey.
you know what?
This is your camera.
You
There's a
look
camera? There is a camera there.
you
Hey.
look where you want to look,
Uh-huh.
and that's his fault or his problem.
Yeah.
Right. And by he, I mean I'm contractually obligated to announce that in the booth there is a producer by the name of Chris, who is assisting Terry in producing this wonderful show.
This
Chris,
is my camera.
Punch to yourself, Chris.
Yeah, I'm looking at my camera too. So back to me.
there
Back
he
to you.
is. I'm looking over there, but you're seeing here, and I'm looking there, and you're seeing here. If anyone's watching or listening, wants to know about Young Chunk HQ, the space, the services, where they can inquire, all that good stuff. Terry, what do they do?
So we like the carrier pigeon as a main method
Not
of
owl.
securing podcasts.
Pigeon.
Not owl.
No, not this
We're
magic.
not doing a Harry Potter podcast.
No magic,
We should
just-
do a Harry Potter podcast.
I feel like
That would
that
probably
ship
do well.
sailed. If when the show comes out, episodic, if you want to.
All right. I think that's a good
There
idea.
is a new show happening, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean,
forgot.
what? Like they're just gonna redo the same damn thing.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
But yes, Young Junk, you can go on youngjunk.com. You can follow us on the socials, which we really appreciate. YouTube is our big one. Please subscribe to us on YouTube. One thing I'd like to say real quick.
Yeah.
Sometimes there has been difficulty in the past with chat not working. If you are having trouble on the CultPOP chat, go to Young Junk. We're also streaming there, and try and type in there. If it doesn't work on both, I'm going to be pulling out a bunch of wires. But if you run into trouble and can't communicate, just go on the other stream and check that.
Yeah, because it all counts, and we're all happy that you're here.
In fact, somebody write something. I see 3 of you.
I also have a very important question for you, Terry, and or
hit
Chris. Would you rather have a knife when you need a spoon or a spoon when you need a knife?
Can we mark this time code down as a short that we're definitely going to use?
Would you rather have, to repeat, and you know what, if you want to jump in, you could jump in. I see that gears turning.
But I wasn't initially asked, so it's fine.
Would you rather have a knife when you need a spoon or a spoon when you need a knife? Now, I'll you know what? No, I'm not going to answer. I'm going to leave it to you to answer. Go.
The answer is knife.
Yeah.
Me too.
Why?
Because you can stack something on a knife and eat it off a la spoon, especially if it's like a yogurt or something like that. You can also stab certain things that you would normally use for spoon to get into your mouth.
Yeah.
And it is just easier to cut with a knife than with a spoon. Gouging, different story.
Yeah. What
Am I
type of
fighting
knife?
an eyeball monster?
I mean, a knife would work too. What type of knife?
Oh, so I always love large, I think they call them Bowie knives.
Bowie knives, yeah.
And I like one that has like a pirate's hilt across the front. So it's
Little
almost like
handguard?
a sword. Yes.
Nice.
A knife with a handguard every time.
Like
Perfect.
a saber handle.
Yeah. But also like think of a pirate you've seen cut a banana and eat like that.
So,
that's what I'm
I
thinking.
tried to do
my-
that once with an apple. It was actually a lot less convenient than I was hoping for.
Okey doke.
In my mind's eye, I am seeing like a Rambo-style serrated Bowie knife, but with a fencing pirate shear.
That's exactly it.
shield. Yeah, okay.
The thing you're saying, that's exactly what's in my mind.
How many inches is this knife?
Probably about this big.
This is probably like
Folks at home,
10 inches?
hilt
Jesus Christ.
is my hand, and it is shielded, so no one can get at me. I can also punch
Sure.
with
Brass
the
knuckles.
knife. And
Yeah,
then it
if you
curves
need
a little
to
bit.
punch, so we're talking about
We're talking about
replacing a spoon. So if you need to punch that tube of yogurt,
But I
sure,
forgot.
it's a weapon.
Yes, I
Forgot
don't
the
want
original question.
Instead of a spoon, I would like Aladdin's sword from the Sega Genesis version of Aladdin.
Jesus, criminy.
Give me a dragon scimitar from old school RuneScape, and I'll be happy. Which is a reference only for me. That's fine.
Do these count as nice? Zoom in on them. Zoom in on them.
No one's watching. It's fine. We're here for
Hey,
you.
Solene 2 says hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Sunline.
Which
Yeah, which
which stream did you come from? Put that in the chat.
you a
Don't
yunker?
indicator?
Or are you a popper?
That's personal questions, left and right. So
That's a
anyway,
personal question.
so tonight, did anybody else want to weigh in on the spoon or knife?
I agreed, knife.
You knife?
Knife.
Chris, are you knife? You team knife?
Yeah, there is no spoon.
There
Yeah,
is no
there's
spoon, Matrix.
Yeah,
Huh.
actually, that was kind of my answer. The spoon is theoretical. So anyway, tonight, by request, actually, because we did have a listener who wanted us to do the whole series of Alien Earth, we're going to discuss the just wrapped first season of Alien Earth. All of us have watched it. I think Terry missed the last 20 minutes of the show, or the last episode.
Last episode, I think.
A show wherein xenomorphs are not in space, and we definitely can hear you screaming. But before we do that, we're going to talk about what we've been up to this past week. And we definitely have an email that I think is actually going to be fun and kind of interesting. If you're live, we talked about it before. If you're live here right now, by right now, I mean Wednesday night, September 24th at 8:10 Eastern Standard Time. But if you're not here at that time, that's fine. You're watching this later. Comment anyway. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you're up to. If you don't want to do that, you can also just email us at cultpopgo@gmail.com. And speaking of emails, we got a good one.
Hey!
So, okay. This is coming into us from constant listener Pink, who is my favorite person.
Pink, if you are trying to comment, because I knew you had a problem, text Noel and let him know that you're having a
She has my
difficulty.
number, which
Noel's number is... No.
which we should eventually rectify.
Text JD. JD will text Noel.
Anyway, so this is a great question. Once during film class, I inadvertently took a shit in the middle of church. Metaphorically, of course. We were discussing Citizen Kane when I committed to a sin by critiquing it. It wasn't the pterodactyls. I'm indifferent to those. My question was whether or not some scenes were necessary or if they were included strictly for, quotes, epic film length relative to average running times at the time. Pure chaos ensued. Question: is there an opinion you have on a cinematic sacred cow that you keep to yourself, lest it becomes a live grenade you've thrown into a discussion? Peace, Pink. So who wants to take this first? We were talking about a little bit about it off camera.
We were.
And then it went on for like 10 minutes and we were like, stop.
Yeah, we're like, this is
Do
the whole
you have
conversation.
anything that comes to mind?
I should go last because I'll need a minute to conjure this.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go first?
Sure.
Jeremiah?
I had trouble putting it into words in our discussion off camera, and I'll probably continue to have trouble. But
I got you. I'll hold you up.
I am internally struggling between appreciating the history of the medium and also my gut going down an anti-intellectual route, being like, this is boring. And that was like, when I went into film school, I was really enthusiastic. When I came out of film school, I was bored and annoyed and tired of it. So although I don't have honestly a worthwhile opinion about any specific film, I think my general mentality is like, there are a lot of movies, shows, films, etc., that we spend a lot more time on than we need to. And I would almost rather people study less and just actively do more. Like I'd rather people go out, execute their own vision, figure out what works that way, as opposed to some people putting themselves in a box because they've looked at everything through an academic lens and like a lens of, here are, like you said, the sacred cows that we have to appreciate or have to acknowledge or have to spend time studying, versus like, what kind of movies do you like? Great, go make those. And then if you're bad at it, figure out something else.
Yeah, no, I mostly agree with that, which we were talking about before. I do because in film school I did value we're gonna watch something that is like pulling out like my fingernails, and then I'll tell you why it was important for us to watch that, at least in a historical context. That stuff I hated in the moment, liked afterwards, because I was able to at least connect those dots. But I do think that a lot of people are overly cherish it too, like hold on to it too tight. They're overly what's the word I'm looking for?
Too attached to it?
More emotional than that. But yeah, sure.
Where it goes into an obsession over an opinion, that kind of thing.
Yes, it's like praise it.
Well, she said it. It's a sacred cow.
Yeah, basically, they become beholden to that, and I think at some point don't learn the lesson. The lesson for me being understand the historical context where this technique started, where this narrative drive was developed, where where it started, learn it. Great. But some people don't leverage that into something new, which is, I think, what you're complaining about. So I don't think we should all of it so much as provide it as only as historical context, and then teach the last 100 years of it being used effectively, not just stop the lesson with the example I used earlier was Birth of a Nation. Incredibly racist Cecil B. DeMille movie about the origin of the Ku Klux Klan. It's awful. Historically inaccurate, incredibly racist, really tough watch, and sucks. However, camera movement was developed during it, lighting natural and outsource, editing techniques that had never been seen in film before, length, like these are all important things that came from something that is wildly dated and problematic. So do I think that we stop teaching Birth of a Nation? Probably not.
Yeah.
But do I think that we hold it up as a sacred cow because that's where all these things started? Also probably not. I teach where it went, not where it came from.
So, quick question. Do you guys have master's degrees in film?
No.
Oh, God, no.
No.
I don't have the intelligence for that.
So we all have film majors in undergrad.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you guys outclassed me.
No.
Wait, hang on. I
don't. I'm sorry. I don't know why.
I have
Do you have a film and video degree?
No, I have minors. I have 2 minors of cinema studies and film writing and
so cinema studies is definitely more in line with what we're talking about now. Okay. What about you?
Film and video.
Okay,
Degree,
so we're the same.
Yeah.
I'm under you guys. I'm intellectual. You guys are practical.
Theoretical.
There you go.
Versus practical. Okay, interesting. So we're all on the same plane. Interesting what you just said, because you're right. The extreme wide shot was also developed there.
Yeah.
As was what Cecil B. DeMille would be known for. Huge casts.
Yeah.
Very, very large casts. That's a thing which I think is why you need to keep teaching this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because we don't have that at all anymore.
Right.
There are no casts of hundreds anymore. And that used to be a big thing of like, look at all those people. There's just a bunch of people in a room. I would sign up to see that. So that's why the historical stuff is important. I also just don't really believe in tearing down institutions. I think, like Noel said,
D.W. Griffith. Cecil B. DeMille is who popularized it. D.W. Griffith is the director of Birth of a Nation. I did double check that. I said Cecil B. DeMille because.
Oh, and I went with you.
But
this is the problem with film majors.
But the thing about it though is I think that illustrates the point. Cecil B. DeMille is who
inherited that
skill set and turned it into something that we still cherish in film.
Yeah.
But it started with D.W. Griffith, and that's why that.
It also depends what you're talking about. You know, film is so multifaceted. I think a lot. I wish I didn't, but I do. I think very technically and technology. You know, in like how they actually did it. But in film school. In film undergrad, I hate when people do that. Not you, but I just mean in general.
Do people generally accept film school as getting a major?
A master's.
A master's, rather?
Yeah, so
I didn't know that.
Film school
How
is
about
an
if I
MFA.
say film courses in my film courses?
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not. It's not stolen valor, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I specifically mean.
Well, I always
20 years ago. 20 years
yeah.
ago, I went to like 1,000 programs and ended up turning them into like 4 minors. That's not film school.
Yeah.
But the way they teach film when you have professors who are not actively in the film industry, like they did at Penn State and everywhere else, except for like LA and New York, it's all about writing. It's about writing and constructing. It's kind of interesting because they do leave you to your own devices to figure out how do I assemble a cast, how do I assemble a crew, how do I shoot something. You're seeing your film, there's no classes. It's like you're going to have check-ins, but you have to deliver something at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Which is kind of where I learned how to be an entrepreneur. But I always think if they were to just teach writing the way they do, they could eliminate problematic material.
Sure.
Technologically, you can't.
I agree
If
with
something happened during that film that changed everything, you know, if the Steadicam was developed in like a blaxploitation film, we would have to talk about it.
Absolutely.
Technologically speaking.
No, I completely agree with that. But the thing about it too is I'll push back and I'll say in those writing courses, in those art of storytelling courses where they visually show you how to tell a show don't tell, it's also useful because you're able to see just how manipulative film can be by showing you something that is objectively wrong in a positive light in the lens of this. Like the director is God. He wants you to see this in a specific way for a specific reason, and that is also storytelling. So that's also useful in structure.
That's also why I like when they teach documentary.
Yeah.
Because documentary is where you can really make someone look however you want, depending on how you cut and what you do. Now we have AI tools to put words in your mouth.
Yeah.
It's fucking over.
Yeah.
It's not terrible at all. But wait, so your sacred cow is, hey, why do we have to spend so much time on this stuff that has clearly very dated when there's many, many examples of it in current use that we can also look to? Is that paraphrasing it a little bit?
That's great.
Do you have a sacred
Far
cow?
better than what
I
I
got
do.
I've got one.
Why don't you go first?
You want me to go?
I wonder if it's the same.
I am not precious.
Based on novel Push by Sapphire.
Yes, I am not precious. I do not, as much as I love where things come from and these, like, remake anything, I don't give a fuck. I really don't. If anything, I'm rooting for it. I think that I think that we are toxically nostalgic about things that we just kind of hold on to with and limit ourselves any kind of possibility of somebody redoing it. Like, Ghostbusters, make 20. I don't give a shit. Make them good. If they're not good, we'll have that conversation. But do I toxically want to hold on to the memory I had, only I had at 30, at 15 or 12 or 11, whatever, however old I was, and fuck everyone else trying something else? That's just that example.
I like what you said.
Like, and also too, we live in a space, we live in a society where nothing goes away.
Yeah.
Some people react to revisiting stories like the secret police are banging down their doors and burning copies of things for them. Like, stop it. It doesn't matter if they maybe make Casablanca, go for it. Will it be better? Probably not. But at least other people will know there's something else that they go to, and maybe this will be entertaining in its own way. Like, I am not precious about what I love.
I have some
If anything,
caveats.
I want more of it.
I have some caveats to that.
Go.
I'm okay with a remake that doesn't gender swap when the point of the characters was it was like a group of dudes or a bunch of men or something like that.
Arbitrary. So an arbitrary gender swap.
Arbitrary gender swap.
What if the story dictated it?
It's not a remake.
Well,
A remake to me is you're telling the same story with the same beats.
I think we'll
Would we
define
better
remake
say,
differently.
like, reboot, maybe? Or
Well, see, then I would be fine.
okay.
Perfect example. What was it? Ocean's 8,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
where it was the all.
Well, that
lady
was
cast?
more of a like a sequel because it's in the same universe.
But it was also
Yeah.
an attempt for a remake and
It's
whatnot.
more of like an IP driven.
I'm just saying it didn't bomb.
Yeah.
So there's an example at the tip of my tongue. Something like let's say a screwball comedy like Bachelor Party with Tom Hanks
Sure.
or whatever. That could very easily be rebooted or remade. The same function narrative,
Is there a donkey?
probably. That could still be remade as a bachelorette party without changing the narrative drive. So I'm okay with that. But if you're talking about like make James Bond a woman, that's his masculinity and his space and his
But also
disrespect.
think about what
His
I'm saying.
disrespect is part of the character. So I think that would be an arbitrary change.
But what I'm saying is don't remake GoldenEye and
Yeah.
just flip Pierce Brosnan
Yeah.
for a lady.
Yeah, sure.
We're
There's-
talking about
there'd be
something
no-
different.
There'd be no but the thing is,
Because it
I am open. I'm not gonna. I won't disagree with you. I only disagree with arbitrary changes that are like market research driven and not story driven. If somebody comes at me with a pitch, because I'm gonna greenlight it. If somebody comes at me with a pitch for I'm gonna read GoldenEye and here's my way into the story, and you know what, James Bond's a woman, and convince me, okay, that's fine.
See, here's my flip side to what I just said, though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind it if you go all the way. As far as, hey, we're making a Black Batman movie. It's called Black Batman. And the main character's name is Black Bruce Wayne. Go all the way with
That's-
it is what I want.
So you're talking
Go
about
way past
satire.
what is normal.
But that's satire.
But that would be so fun.
That would be great satire.
Everybody had their own thing. Make the same movie 9 times. That is what's actually coming, though.
Oh,
that
an
you can-
algorithm is going to do it for you.
No, you can change your actor with your remote to one more pleasing to your culture.
You think so?
I know so.
Yeah.
I mean, it.
Was that in like? Isn't that what they struck over, or like those kinds of rights, image rights and AI rights they struck over?
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, you're probably right. Like,
But hey, if everybody gets paid,
everybody, yeah, but culturally, we'll be lesser for it because there is like, you know, the Michaud Mission, an excellent podcast. There are the studio's right over there. I miss you, Len. I love you. There are culturally things that occur in African American led films and storytelling that I do not have a touch point or understanding whatsoever as a white person, and I can't tell that story. I enjoy learning about those stories. If we make it so homogenized that you could just change an aesthetic cultural feature, it's no longer black film. It's no longer.
oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so like that sucks.
I think
That
it's
would
coming.
suck. Yeah.
That actually goes into my sacred cow.
Yeah, go ahead.
So when you were talking about school and this stuff, like they force you to watch.
Yeah.
I remember being in Com 301. So I did Com 150, Com 250, and then another. And they tried to show me do the right thing for the 4th time, meaning all the professors are running the same playbook when they're teaching narrative.
Yeah.
I don't care for that film. I don't think it is as good a film as I'm expected to say it is. It's not a great narrative.
Did you
Structurally, it is unsound.
I haven't seen it in forever, so I can't really fight you on that. Did you at least understand what they were trying to point out about it? You just didn't agree?
No, I don't think as a film it is at the quality level to be instructed at higher end institutions to teach narrative.
Well, I mean, I think the problem you said before is that you got taught it multiple times in multiple courses. Like that's a problem with like.
Oh yeah.
If anything, it's babies first. Let's break this movie apart. But by the time you get to the third entry of the course, you shouldn't be doing it again.
This is 20 years ago. ChatGPT of all the professors being like, oh, what do we teach in October?
Did
And
you
it's
do
all
that
the
one
same
already?
movie.
God damn it! I already got that one.
Yeah.
Like,
But I don't like it much as a film. I think it's technically unsound. I think narrative structure and whatnot is not there. But
Don't they
I
break
understand it's a cultural achievement.
dude, I have not seen it in so long. I saw it once. Don't they break the fourth wall too?
Yes.
And
It's
see,
like a
that's,
play.
That's probably why they taught it. Not. That's probably why they taught it, because it's probably the first modern example of going Dionysius and actually like talking to the camera and stuff and breaking acts. That's the narrative part that they were trying to teach. But if they didn't do it well, they didn't do it well.
My
And
other
also,
sacred
too,
cow is
favorite-
just that I don't like Fast and Furious movies. I do not think they're
Fuck
good.
Oh, that's
off.
fine.
I
That's
don't think
okay.
they are good
Nope.
at all.
Nope.
I don't think they stand next
What
to...
does good mean?
It
What's
means
good?
those are direct to DVD movies.
With
They are
excellent,
not
with
good
excellent
films.
post-production.
No,
To
it's
make
not
them-
excellent. Chris, chime in on this. Are you a Fast and Furious guy?
Are we family, Chris? Are we #family?
It does not have good
I
post-production.
have
It does
no
not have
context.
good effects.
Lately.
Sorry.
Lately,
I mean, the last one was terrible.
since
But
3, the effects have been bad. These are B
Vibes.
movies that are being touted as great. You know what it's like?
they are.
It's like
they are
that
B
old
movies
John.
being touted
Yeah.
as great. That's the feature, not the bug, Tear.
No.
Like, for real.
That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
I'm in it for the bit.
No,
and
but
like
the bits aren't good.
I think it's.
I'm going to fly
That's
this
my thing
car.
is if people, I don't think they are objectively good or bad movie. I don't think they're objectively good. I think they're objectively not great. However, if someone enjoys it and they want to have a bit with everybody else like you do, and
I
be
know-
like they're great movies.
I know what I'm in for.
Yeah.
And
That's what it is. If you
tickles
know what you're
me.
signing up for.
I watch trauma movies for fun. Like, this is just high budget dumb.
Yes,
and I
no,
love it.
but that's not what people say. Do you remember that old John Mulaney bit where he's like, "Yeah, I like good movies like The Godfather and Scarface."
Oh, that's my
It's
hot.
like
That's my.
that's it. It's the exact same thing, and people are like, "Oh, I like great movies like Oppenheimer and Fast and the Furious."
There is-
nope,
All right,
nope.
I actually, that's my other sacred cow. Hey, Pinks, he's in the chat. Yay! I've never seen an FF movie. We are still on your email because it's that good. So thank you. That's a sacred cow.
That's true. We are still talking about that.
Maybe it was going to all those film courses and being in the program for a couple of years. Everyone likes the same 4 fucking movies, and I can't handle it. Can't handle it. And
Yeah.
the best way it was summed up for me was a couple years ago, a podcast I listened to. They were reviewing the first Joker movie. Some people like it, some people don't. I get it. But the way that the podcaster described it hit me to the core, because it was like I relived college. The movie felt like it was reverse engineered to be a poster on a dorm kid's wall, like Scarface, like Fight Club. You don't engage with the actual content of the movie. It just kind of checks the right boxes to be as safely important or gravitas as possible. And I was like, oh, dude, I feel that. But yeah, I'm tired. Yeah,
That movie gets so much hate. I don't understand. It is technically beautiful. It has some of the best cinematography.
That's actually
I still Google when he's sitting on the back of the bus and that camera dollies forward at like a 1.2 aperture. Like, it's amazing.
That's the only thing I like about the movie, that it's
You
technically
don't like
beautiful.
Joaquin?
Well, yeah, the acting's good, but that's technically like it is an incredibly beautiful movie, and I will never not say it's not. I just think that narratively, it was the most safe, saccharine, uninvestigative way to tell that story that they were trying to tell. As a story, I thought it was terrible. As a movie, I thought it was beautiful.
I think as a story, so I'm a structure boy. Like, I need
Oh yeah,
structure.
sure. It hits all the boxes. It checks all the boxes, but it also felt very stiff-armed.
But was there anything better that year?
I don't remember what won. What was the? Hang on. Pink is in the chat. Enjoying bad media is my favorite. Well, that's oopsies. Enjoying bad media is my favorite pastime. I love you. Pink Apocalypse jumps in with, I'll watch weird cult movies because they're driven by a single vision. Junk pop movies feel crafted by demographic committee, and I just can't stand them. That, you know what? Of the 10 Fast and Furious movies, 6 of them are junk pop. A couple of them are
there's 10 of
definitely.
them?
What?
There's 10 of them?
Yeah, there's 10, my guy. There's going to be an 11.
Then they're
I'm also behind.
then they're
There's
objectively
actually-
good.
There's actually 11 if we're talking about Hobbs and Shaw.
It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. No. Narratively,
There's going to be 20 eventually. It's
there,
okay.
but there is a sweet spot in the middle of that franchise, like around 5, 6, where you could tell like there wasn't much algorithmic push to do a specific thing. It was just like it really was just Justin Lin, the director, being like, I'm gonna see if I could pull this off, and let's see if we could do this kind of stunt. And it's chaotically wonderful.
And there's one of those Fast and Furious type scenes in Aquaman.
Yeah.
And I hate it.
Which Aquaman?
The first one.
I like the second one more.
I haven't seen the second one.
It's better, but I like it more because it felt old school Hollywood. Like they have real sets
Well, I love
that are the size of hangars, and like it felt like a Flash Gordon movie. Like it's so bad, basically. I'm manipulating everything. Is there anything you wanted to add into this? You completely disagree with all of us? Is your favorite movie Scarface also?
No,
Godfather?
It's not. I don't. No, when I was in school, I think I told everyone my favorite movie was Clerks, probably.
Nice.
Yeah.
But I was also biased because I grew up down the street from that Quick Stop. So like my whole thing going into school was like, I want to do things that me and my friends will laugh at. And that was my goal the whole time.
I still
didn't
don't think
do it.
people give Clerks enough credit for
We're doing
what
it right
you
now.
said exactly.
Yeah.
That was the first movie that was just people hanging out talking as you would normally talk.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't know, that was probably like Kevin Smith's movies were probably the first thing I was like, oh, this is something that like can be done and I could potentially do it.
I get to go. I can get on that boat. I could ride that bus with you.
Yeah.
In so much as it was definitely like when I was in high school, it was definitely an inspiration as to why I wanted to go into the film program for writing. I didn't want to be a director. I wanted to be a writer. So I went to all the writing program, and then you did the other courses to kind of like learn how to visually tell a story, but it wasn't about the technical for me. Yeah, and it's mostly because of Kevin Smith and Joss Whedon. Yeah, Buffy still holds up. So
I haven't seen Buffy.
I should do a rewatch of Buffy. You're saying it holds up legitimately?
We started watching. I mean,
I think the
production
problem
wise,
Yeah.
no,
well, I think the problem with
it's dated.
right, the story I'm sure is fine,
Yeah, the
but
story holds up.
production wise, that was back when you could get away with your lead actor going and not hitting a person, and like the cutaway being that kind of fighting. Daredevil stopped that dead in its tracks. You have to be hitting. I need to see you hitting in a wide shot now.
This is the last thing I'll say. Did you watch the new Roadhouse film on
I sure
Amazon
did.
Prime? How did you feel about what they did with those fights? Do you know what I'm talking about? Like
the crazy close-up cam?
the crazy close-up cam, but then also digitally moving actors closer together and mimicking actual contact.
You could tell it was weird.
It was weird
didn't-
sometimes,
yeah.
but sometimes it wasn't. And I was like, okay, they might be cooking. I don't know if this meal is delicious, but they might be cooking.
I think there are scenes with Gyllenhaal and Conor McGregor that look great.
Yeah.
And are fun, but the rest of the movie just looks like shit.
Yeah. That whole last fight, did you see it?
No.
Pain Don't Hurt. Watch Roadhouse.
Okay.
The
There's
last
a sequel coming.
and I'm down. See, that's just trash. I like trash.
Roadhouse 2, another house.
Roadhouse next door. Roadhouse 2, Electric Boogaloo. They film the whole thing, but then in post production, bring them closer together digitally, and then like actually show contact, and then would almost drone style move the camera around the bodies really close, so you can literally are watching the actors do stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was. I think technically it was interesting, and I'm surprised I haven't seen techniques like that.
I think it
Since-
didn't work. I think the audience was like, no,
I
we don't like this type of film.
I think there's a seed of something cool in there,
Yeah.
Anyway, but we don't have to belabor it. Send more emails like that. That's all. That was wonderful. Thank you so much, Pink. We spent 25 minutes on that.
Thanks.
So next I want to get into a topic we like to call What's Poppin'?
Ew.
Terry,
Hey,
what's been popping for you this week? Hold up the thing, be like the dude, and yay. What's popping for you this week?
what's poppin' for me? I am knee deep in a documentary about Lincoln Mill Haunted House, which we are on top of right now. Young Chunk is above Lincoln Mill Haunted House. We open on Friday, and I am 5 episodes into a 7-episode season 2 documentary that we've been working on. So I'm really excited about it. I think we did a really good job telling this second season story. And I'm so excited to get back into Halloween season. But come to Lincoln Mill, get your tickets. It opens this Friday.
Wait,
Ooh, I didn't even know that.
Wait, first season?
There's a season 1 of the documentary. Yeah.
Is it on the Young Chunk YouTube channel? Is that the Lincoln Mill?
It is
Where
on the
Where is
Lincoln Mill YouTube channel. It's called Built to Scare. And season 1 is up there, but season 2 is going to blow the doors off. But watch all the content, subscribe to all the things, follow us on Instagram, and please subscribe on YouTube.
That's
and then
fantastic.
actually come and experience it for yourself.
That's fantastic. I didn't know about that. I would
Yeah,
watch
right,
that.
That's awesome.
What about you, Jay?
Oh,
JS.
what's poppin'? Oh, do I need the?
It's
Is
the
it like
conch.
a talking stick?
It's the conch. You have to hold it. That's a Lord of the Flies reference. You have to hold you can only talk when you're holding it, which I'm breaking right now. Go.
Anyway,
What's popping for you this week?
The only other thing I've been spending my time on, other than watching Alien and reading comics, has been playing a game which came out like 5-10 years ago, called Outward. I've been playing it with a friend. It's an RPG that is very slow and very difficult and very realistic and detailed and involved, and is very punishing. But because it's a game like that, I've been spending a lot of time with it, which is fun. Like, as opposed to it's like a medieval fantasy type vibe, as opposed to the normal, like, oh, you have all these cool powers on a little power trip type thing. You're just people, and you start your game in debt and have to try to prevent the village you're in from taking your house away.
Sounds too real.
Yeah, so you have to do a bunch of favors, earn some money, pay some gold to be like, please don't take my house and my bed, and then you go from there.
What type of gameplay is it? Is it RPG? Is it like?
Yeah, it's RPG, third person. It's got, the typical range, melee, magic, stuff like that.
I was gonna
but
ask, is it like card spell based, or is it melee? Is it like open?
It's the more effective the combat gets, the more involved it gets. So like melee, typically you just put a sword in your hand and start swinging. Of course, there's like the parry and the block and the dodge and all that. But the magic specifically is very involved, where like you need certain spell components in your inventory. You need to cast a certain sigil on the ground around your player before you cast a different kind of related spell for it to be more effective. We're not doing magic because we don't have time to try that hard. But it's been very fun so far, because it forces you to go slow, which I've been finding more enjoyable than just like running through everything.
That's nice.
With a friend. Yeah.
Is it turn-based RPG or is it action RPG?
Action.
Okay.
Nice.
In my head, I always go, is it Final Fantasy or Kingdom Hearts?
Oh, fair. Yeah, definitely not. I don't have the patience for turn-based. Not that those aren't good games.
Turn-based would be which one?
Where you have time to go through menus and select. So
That's
Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually gonna. So I didn't know the difference. I don't really play many RPGs or console games in general, actually. But I remember in college being very obsessed with Final Fantasy and watching my friend go through it and being like, "This is a 25-minute battle," because you have to do like 8 different menus and set up things for one hit.
That was probably 10. That was probably
It was
Final Fantasy
8.
10. It was 8 with Leon.
Yeah, with the gun
Or
blades.
Squall, rather.
Squall with the gun blades, which I think were cool as shit. I don't know why.
Yeah, dude. He showed up in Kingdom Hearts.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, you want to go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
RPG, JRPG, action RPG.
Look, all this
Final
is
Fantasy
content.
is endless.
Yeah. So speaking of toxic nostalgia, this past weekend I went with my brother to the Philadelphia show, the Philly show. It's basically a card and memorabilia show for sports. Not really into sports. Well, I am into sports, but not sports collectibles and memorabilia. However, there were nerdy tables, and there was something that I saw that just like hit all the synapses in my brain, and I wanted to talk about Starlog magazine. Do you guys remember Starlog magazine?
Think so.
It was published from 1976 to 2009. It started as a exclusively Star Trek magazine that turned into a sci-fi magazine. It was basically the sister magazine of Fangoria. So that was horror, and this was all stuff. So why I brought that up, which it was a wonderful publication, and pre-internet, it was the only way to kind of get any genre-based film and television news. It was awesome. But I found this. It is the Starlog Science Fiction Universe 36 foil packs card set.
Wow.
And I picked it up.
Beautiful.
So it's cards of movies?
It's cards of covers of the magazine.
Oh.
I
That is very cool.
have specific ideas about content I want to develop based off of these cards as I open them and collect them. But I wanted to talk about how wonderful stuff like this used to be, because it was a curated material written by writers talking about things that they are obsessive, passionate, obsessive, and educated about, as opposed to what we have now, which is 400 feeds of anyone with a microphone being able to do anything and say anything they say without any kind of checks and balances, whether they be internal or external, checking them on whatever comes out of their mouth. And it's just a cacophony of noise. But I love this. Like, the physical manifestation of all of this effort into a monthly magazine about things that you enjoy versus, Reddit forums or TikTok feeds about,
Podcasts.
I'm part of the problem right now is trying to bring any kind of
We put enough production value into this where it's
thoughtfulness.
Yeah.
Thoughtfulness. Not going to say something I don't necessarily believe and or can back up. And I just love stuff like this. So I'm debating if I want to rip one right now, but I'll probably wait.
No.
No?
I'd
Can we get this on camera?
I would get too anxious if you opened it.
I wonder
to
if
be
you could get
honest.
another one.
These
and
are
keep one wrapped.
I'm sure that look, the actual market value is minimal. Super minimal. Not only do people not even remember this damn magazine, I don't know if there's anything in here that's worth
Open her up.
more than what I paid. However, I still might want to make actual content about these cards and then do the opening then.
With the knife we talked about earlier.
Oh, true.
And then I'm going to use a spoon.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to use a spoon.
Call back.
Yeah. But yeah, that's please look up Starlog magazine. And the very last thing that I'll talk about is today the Wicked for Good, the Wicked Part 2 final trailer came out today. Don't watch it. If you're at all interested in seeing Wicked Part 2, don't watch this trailer. I have gone out. I've never read the books. I've never seen the play. I've never listened to the soundtrack. I watched the first movie only. And for the last year I have not spoiled the movie or what happens in the next part for myself. Except Universal Pictures spoiled it completely in just the trailer.
Oh, great. Love
I
when they do
need to
that.
hear how.
What happens to main characters and how they potentially connect to the original Wizard of Oz.
Oh, that reveal. Okay.
There's two of them in there, and that pissed me off. I didn't sure.
Two?
If I really wanted to,
The one big one, that's tough.
that pissed
That's
me
tough.
off. Why? I know that there are hundreds and millions of fans who know every single aspect about all of this stuff before it comes out. But come on. I didn't know that's where it was going, but now I do, and it hurts my heart. It hurts my heart a little bit because I guessed one, but then the other one that's literally in the trailer, I was like,
Can we talk
Wait,
about
what?
it? Can you tell me which one?
I'd rather not. We'll do it off air,
Okay. We'll do it off air.
or I'll
I don't
write
know
it.
anything about what.
Yeah, write it.
You guys,
Because it'll be on my mind the whole time.
vamp, and I'll write it down. What pissed me off?
What pissed you off today?
Lots of stuff.
Nice.
A good amount.
What
That's
the-
one.
Why? Oh, and then the other one was a little bit
No,
more
I was just
obvious.
referencing that you wrote one.
Mm-hmm.
What pissed you off today?
Both are in the trailer. Both are incredibly obviously in the trailer.
Now, I will say...
One's a little bit more subterfuge than the other one.
The second thing you wrote, I am not sure was in the play.
Oh, no?
I don't remember that.
Well, as far as everyone I know that knows...
But I saw the play.
Read and saw the play. Oh, sorry.
It's a good play. You should say it.
I know it's out there, but I just was really upset that
That's tough.
Official channel
that's stupid.
spoiled a giant emotional climax, an emotional beat for a main character in a trailer.
Do you remember the worst version of that?
What?
Terminator. Do you remember the Terminator with Christian
Was it the
Bale?
film? Because that's all that matters. Oh, yeah.
The whole reveal is that Sam Worthington doesn't realize, but he is a Terminator. The entire film is leading up to that moment. They showed it in the trailer.
Really?
It's the first
That
line in
moment.
the trailer. Like, look down. You know, yeah.
I didn't know that was in the trailer.
We're talking, I watched it for 90 minutes and it's building up and I'm like, well, they told us this. This can't be what they're revealing. It is.
That's
they
crazy.
spoiled the entire film.
It's pretty egregious. I'm usually not a trailer purist kind of person. I know there's people that just don't watch trailers whatsoever. So I get it, but I typically don't expect them to literally tell me finales, which is really bothersome. Because I go into movies usually pretty as pure as possible. Like when I've talked with Alice and JD about this, when we go see Scream movies, I am actively not trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
I want the movie to like try and trick me. Maybe intrusive thoughts will come in and be like, maybe that one. But other than that, I'm just going to try and sit down and enjoy it. So I try and do that with all movies. And this pissed me off.
Yeah, I do that with everything as well. That's because I think, not to harken back to the whole school thing, but like I definitely have this mindset that now that I'm a real adult, I need to probably try to get out of. But the more people tell me to do things, I'm just like, I'd really rather not. I'm not going to do that. So because I spent a handful of years of people being like, watch this film critically, I'm like, no, I'm going to turn my brain off and I'm just going to have fun.
Actually, the more popular something is, usually it's harder for me to
same. The second something gets popular and I'm like seeing it, at least once a day in ads or someone's talking about it, I'm like, I'm not watching that. I still haven't seen Game of Thrones for that reason.
I love when that goes the opposite way. I was like, I'm not going to watch Get Out. I'm not going to watch Get Out. It cannot be as good as everyone is saying. And it was.
No,
Kind of was.
It was as good as everyone was saying. I was so happy. That never happens.
Hot take.
Right?
Nope is even cooler.
I have not seen Nope.
Nope is so
Oh,
good.
I don't think it's cooler.
I do.
Well, maybe like cooler.
Film
Keke Palmer, I love her, but
Film-wise, I think it's cooler. Anyway, sorry. Robert Rono Jr. jumped into the chat. Starlog was one of my favorite magazines back in the day. That's right. It still is your favorite magazine. You just don't know it. Or they don't know it yet. Or anymore. Whatever. Let's talk about what we're actually here for tonight. Alien Earth, developed for television by Noah Hawley from Fargo, the TV series, and Legion, starring Sidney Chandler, Timothy Oliphant, Babu Sissay, Alex Lothar, Samuel Blenken, and Essie Davis. 8 episodes, FX Hulu. When a mysterious space vessel crash lands on Earth, Wendy and a ragtag group of tactical soldiers must make a fateful discovery that puts them face to face with the planet's greatest threat.
That's a very interesting synopsis.
Yeah. Rotten Tomatoes scores 95% for the whole season, 69% audience score.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty interesting, right?
Yeah.
I'm assuming I
haven't met a single person who doesn't love this.
I
Yeah,
could probably,
it's great.
in my own mind's eye, tell you what those bad audience scores are about, and it has to do with like, we don't see the alien enough. Why is it like this? And in the daylight, this stupid. It looks like it's probably all very reactive shit that didn't want to engage with the show itself.
That's also as far as I can go. So I can go up to 6 episodes with you, and then I'll step out for you guys to do spoilers and stuff.
Well,
But I loved that. We had never seen the xenomorph in the day.
wait. Hold on. Let's set this up.
Please.
We're gonna start with previous experience, if any, with the Alien franchise, highs and lows, set a standard, set a baseline, and then overall thoughts about the show thus far, as much as you've seen it, and then we'll dig into like specific things.
Hell yeah.
So, who wants to go first? Overall emotions, feelings, experience in the Alien franchise and/or subsequent franchises around it.
My overall emotions, feelings, very positive. My previous experience has been Alien 1, Alien 2, and 2 of Marvel's Alien comic runs over the past, I want to say 2 or 3 years. They did a couple. Those were, if I recall correctly, they were both mainly focused on people on Earth colonizing other planets.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Somehow an alien gets there. Otherwise, Alien 1 and 2, and that's it for me.
You haven't seen 3, 4, Prometheus, Covenant,
Oh no, I saw
What's 4?
Resurrection?
Oh yeah.
Prometheus, and I went into that not knowing it was an Alien movie.
It basically
fun.
isn't.
Yeah,
Yeah. It kind of isn't until like
true.
4 minutes at the end.
Well, yes.
That movie
Yeah.
was very I feel like lore heavy, if I recall correctly. I feel like it tried to get into alien history.
It was
Well, it did. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. It's a prequel, right?
technically
I don't remember.
Technically, it's a prequel.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Numi Rapace, is that her name?
Nomad Rapace. Yeah.
They Ripley'd her pretty hard. Like as soon as she's doing the pregnancy scanner thing, it's
That was
like,
cool.
here's Ripley for the rest of the
Right,
That was cool.
of the thing.
Yeah, I didn't like that movie that much.
Did you like? Are you an Alien fan?
I consider myself an Alien fan. I don't know how I managed to get some level of nostalgia for Alien 1. So I've seen that far more times than I've engaged with anything else Alien. Just a lot of rewatches of Alien 1, to be honest. But I am a big fan of that movie. And Alien 2 was fine.
Aliens, fine. Oh, I love that movie.
I honestly have only seen it once, and it was years ago. So I might change my opinion if I go home and watch it tonight.
Aliens is a very economical movie, and that I mean that as a good thing. It's a very economical movie. I have experience. My fondest memory of the Alien franchise, I was maybe 9 or 10, and I was too afraid to go to the movies with my brother, who was 12 or 13, to go see Aliens. But I still wanted to know what happened, so I asked him to tell me the whole thing after. And then I just became obsessed with the movies and have seen them all multiple times, and all of the stupid Predator things and stuff. So the Alien franchise is very big in my household. So I was looking forward to this because I feel like the most recent films have been too lore heavy, too navel gazy, too more obsessed with aesthetic gravitas than tell me a story. I think Romulus was fun. Like it was just like a remake of Aliens it was a mashup of Aliens and Alien, and it was like a back to basics kind of good looking movie. But,
Is it the Fede Alvarez one?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a horror movie. It was just a clean, decent horror movie, which was a nice whiplash from Covenant and Prometheus, which were heady things.
Right.
But I always thought, when I found out that Noah Hawley was going to do this, I always thought exploring the Weyland-Yutani of it all and this kind of world inherently feels episodic, so I'm down. And I didn't have the expectations that it was going to be, a xenomorph every episode. So that probably helped for me too. What about you?
So for me, my first exposure to the Alien from Alien was in Disney World on the Great Movie Ride.
Yep.
Oh, wow, yeah.
That was terrifying to me as a 7-year-old. And that drove me away from any alien-related content for a long time.
Very, very popular. Still working. No, it's gone. That dark ride is gone.
Yeah.
The Great Movie Ride,
The Great Movie Ride is gone.
It's out.
But yeah, there was 2 aliens in that show.
Mm-hmm.
One, like you're driving up, the cart comes near it, and then one comes out here, and he's just like doing his animatronic thing and does the, and then you hear like oh no. One drops down from the ceiling at you.
Yeah,
I remember that
and
one.
comes down.
Yeah.
So we would. Every time we were on that ride, I knew exactly when to close my eyes
Yes.
and not bother, and then we're good. Yeah.
Chris, that'll do gangbusters, so make sure you write that down as a short.
Oh yeah.
So that's my first experience. I know of the monster, and I love monsters, but I'm not watching monster movies when I'm young. I'm very fearful until I'm probably 12. Around then I got over all my fears, and I was like, all right, let's do this.
Then I started hunting with my Bowie knife.
No, more like rated R movies still made my stomach queasy a little bit sometimes,
Yeah.
but by the time I'm like 15, I'm like, okay, I can do this. My next experience is I'm in someone's house and Aliens is on. And it's like a weird creature area. There's like white everywhere, and I could just hear it, in, and I'm noticing it. I'm like, oh, what is that weird thing? It's freaking me out. And I'm like, okay. And then I have a birthday party, and we rent Alien Resurrection. So Alien Resurrection is my first Alien movie that I actually watch all the way through. And I kind of liked it, but I didn't have a developed enough brain to really understand what was happening. But I think it was a good thing for the thing. It was just like, oh, cool creature at the end. What is this hybrid? This is terrifying. This thing is her mom. That's what I got. And then later and then after that, I was working in a movie theater when AVP came out.
I like that movie actually.
Yeah.
But go on. Yeah.
So AVP comes out, AVP Requiem, the second one comes out as well within like 4 years, I think.
I could look it up. Keep talking.
Anyway, I see the first one. I don't see the second one because the first one's like, oh, this is an action movie. It's more Predator than it is
Oh yeah.
Alien. And then finally I go back and watch the original Alien and I'm like, this is incredible. And I mean, I started with watching the original trailer, the original In Space, No One Can Hear You Scream.
Yeah.
Amazing. From there,
3 years.
I go down a YouTube rabbit hole and I watch YouTube documentaries about all of the films. I do watch Prometheus. I enjoy it. But what I enjoy way more is people talking about Prometheus on the internet.
Oh yeah. Prometheus is like fucking catnip to film essayists. It's so great. I like watching and listening
Tylenol
to
enthusiasts.
Yeah, I love watching and listening to hot takes about
too.
Prometheus more than I enjoy the movie.
So I did that. So the Alien franchise for me, I have enjoyed more through other people enjoying the content rather than me enjoying the content.
Very nice. I'm trying to think of the first one I saw. I think I saw Alien 3 in theaters. My mom and I went because by then I was like, yeah, let's do it.
I've only seen bits of that.
I've seen 3 in theaters, and that was at a second-rate theater too, or second-tier theater. What do they used to call them?
Second chance?
Dollar movie. The dollar movies we called them because it was the premiere theater, and then before video because there was a theatrical window before it went to video once upon a time, and that window was 5-6 months long.
Yeah.
So 2 or 3 months in the main movie theater where it was full price, and then you had the second run movie theaters where a ticket was only like $2. So I remember seeing Alien 3 for like $2-3 with my mom and being like, that was cool. That's it.
It was.
And then Resurrection I dug. Yeah, I remember seeing that it came out Thanksgiving the year it came out. And like as a family, we all went to go see Alien Resurrection.
Is there a Prometheus 2?
Yeah, Alien Covenant.
Okay, so I skipped Covenant. I skipped Alien, the one with the R.
Romulus.
Romulus. So there's Alien Romulus and Alien Covenant.
Yeah.
Romulus
Covenant
is the
is
most
another Ridley
recent
Scott
one,
one. Romulus is the Fede Alvarez one.
Skipped both of those.
I think you might dig Romulus.
Probably. I like
it
Fede
is-
Alvarez.
Fede, it's just him kind of having fun in the universe. It's a monster movie. It's absolute whiplash from Prometheus and Covenant with the lore dump heavy. This is just
He also did
people in sets.
That was the movie he did after Evil Dead, or did he have one between then?
Don't Breathe was in between.
Don't
there.
Breathe was in between.
Yeah, but he's not a very prolific director. He's a prolific producer. So I think he's only done directed like 4 movies, but produced like 15.
The only reason I bring it up is because I went into this series because of Noah Hawley.
Yeah, ditto.
That dude is an incredible creator.
I've not finished Legion.
I haven't either, but the
I've
first
watched
2 episodes
Fargo, but I've not
exploded
finished
my
that.
head.
Did you watch Legion?
Nope.
Fargo?
Fargo season 1 is incredible.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to say I
2
did.
I loved a lot too, because it was just so fucking weird at the end.
I don't even recall it.
2 was 2.
Was that Chris
Season
Rock?
No, that was like 4. 2 was the prequel to season 1. It was in the first season. They keep talking about like something that happened in Toledo, and the main character's father is a former cop who did something in Toledo. Blah blah blah. This season 2 is like 30 years prior, and
Kirsten Dunst?
I think so.
Is Kirsten Dunst is the wife And
think
she's
so.
like very like,
Yeah,
oh,
and
it's
it's-
okay. I just did this little thing.
And it's the guy that's in all of the
Todd from
he's in all the fucking Conjuring movies.
Patrick.
Yeah, Patrick Wilson is the main character. He's the young David Carradine. Yeah, he's the young David
Who
Carradine.
am I thinking of?
I don't know.
Who's the bad guy in Jungle Cruise? That is such a weird choice.
The Rock?
The bad guy in Jungle
The Rock.
Cruise. Yeah, sure. The Nazi in Jungle Cruise,
I don't remember.
who also played Todd in Breaking Bad.
Yeah, or her husband.
Yes, okay, he is in it. Then I did see season 2.
I
What's his
forgot
name?
Jesse Plemons was in.
Jesse Plemons.
Which
I just say that sometimes. It's
Yes,
a
in season
catchphrase.
2, it's Kirsten Dunst, according to Mr. Destructo himself.
Oh yeah,
JD.
JD's in the loved Covenant. Romulus was so good. Watching Fargo season 3 now. Kirsten Dunst, yes. Pink Apocalypse. I know nothing about this series. I love Alien and Alien 3. Yes, really. I actually do really love Alien 3 also.
David Fincher.
I've hated everything since because it's just acts of canon cannibalism, like watching a creator cut off their own arm into pieces and eating it. I very much agree with that. That's actually a much more
Cannibalism.
canon cannibalism.
I know,
like
but
that.
cannibalism is.
I really like that
I-
phrase,
I-
cannibalism.
I don't think Alien Resurrection's a very good movie, but I wouldn't say that it's canon cannibalism. But what Ridley Scott has done in Prometheus and Covenant, absolutely, I do think it is. It's like it's like the most inorganic way to insert heavy lore in what used to be or was incepted as very basic horror.
I got a question for you on Alien Resurrection.
Yeah.
Which is better, Alien Resurrection or Halloween H2O?
H2O.
Because they were both like the weird throwback with like the aging.
I think H2O was better.
Yeah, I agree.
It was like H2O was at least a very simple movie with
But they added lore.
effed up characters. Yeah, it had really good lore in Lori.
Beta Man.
Yeah, so we're all familiar with and have our relationships with the Alien franchise. I think all of us at the table are in agreement that we enjoyed this show.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. This is the Alice.
When we're thinking.
Get a picture of this. We're all Alice. I miss her. Anyway, this show surprised the shit out of me because the alien of it is a side thing. Like, it is not just the alien, it is
Yes.
aliens.
Mm-hmm.
And it is more concerned with human evolution. Thematically, I think the alien are the synthetics versus the cyborgs versus the corporations. I think that is the show. The hot potato throughout the course of the show, though, is these specimens from deep space. So the xenomorph is just a MacGuffin during this much more interesting story that's happening outside of it with nation-state corporations. And I thought that was so wildly entertaining and interesting, exponentially more than another alien movie only spread out for 8 hours.
You know what it is? It is Noah Hawley is a better storyteller than George Lucas. And he's taking essentially a franchise and then doing something about it that's about corporations and government and things that are on his mind at the time effectively.
Somebody's knocking on the door and it's Andor, because Tony Gilroy is a better storyteller than George Lucas.
Oh, certainly.
And he took this aspect or this just like hand wavy rebellion, get it? And actually turned it into something that is, like, what does it take to break down fascism from an insurgency state?
But I mean, specifically, there was an interest in government and corporation.
Oh, yeah.
And like, this is a great
It's a good point.
corporate espionage story.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That
yeah.
cyborg is a corporate
Yeah,
corporate
you're right.
espionage.
Yeah.
That's so good. Yeah, I thought this show was phenomenal. And I will say on behalf of my wife, who does not like horror, has never seen a single stitch of things other than a poster for the Alien franchise, was hooked in with me from episode 1 and wanted to know when the next one came out. Like she was into it all the way up to the end. I mean, including the end. She didn't stop being into it. But it was a much more accessible show than I expected it to be. Because even when they did name check lore type shit, you know, like a very big player is Weyland-Yutani, but you got to be really involved with anything to like realize that that's even a name check, or how an android or a synthetic would know how to do something, or like then bleeds white. Like that's all very lore-y.
Strode.
Yeah. Double callback.
Thank you.
So yeah, I was very impressed with this. I was very happy. Was it, you want to?
Yeah, I mean, I was a little worried because, like I said, I've only seen Alien and Aliens, and I thought, like, you know, with all these years, maybe I'd be left behind with this show. You know, strictly speaking, I know if they do a good job, no one should like feel totally out of place. But yeah, they did a great job, and I agree. It's there's the occasional factoid that I was like, oh, I know that because I know a little bit about Alien. But no, I was in it from the beginning, and I'm also not a horror guy. Now, when it comes to horror, I definitely like, if I appreciate any horror, it's usually sci-fi stuff, because I feel like that just adds a layer to it that makes it more entertaining for me. So I figured I would enjoy it to a degree, but I liked it way more than I anticipated. Yeah.
What is that amazing sci-fi horror movie where they fly through a black hole and end up in hell? Event Horizon.
Oh
yeah, that was a good one.
That's a great sci-fi horror movie.
There's a comic now. Did you read it?
I didn't, but it just came out a couple weeks ago, right?
There's 2 issues of the comic out now.
Cool.
I don't know what it's about.
So I think I think this show did a genius thing, which, as you alluded to, Andor also did. Telling me different stories in a universe that is established is a great move. Instead of sequelizing, spread. Let me know what's happening over here. Now, I haven't seen the last 2 episodes, so I don't know if there's a Ripley or a something like that that does show up. I pray there isn't. I don't want to spoil, but oh my God, for me, guys. it is a new thing that I want to follow that happens to be in this universe.
Also, I think this is a prequel.
Is it?
This is not. This is a prequel. So it may
how?
exist. I think it exists between the first and second movie.
But I thought that
like that 60 years between the 2 movies, I think it exists.
That's
there.
fair.
Yeah.
Because they didn't know what that creature was on the spaceship.
They still
At least
don't,
that crew didn't.
They still
I wouldn't
don't
know a tiger.
Right.
They still don't in the second. In the first movie, obviously nothing. In the second movie, corporate vague understandings that there's specimens that they need to bring back. But no, no
3
matter
is
what.
on Earth, right?
No, 3's on a prison planet. It has never been to Earth.
Welcome to Earth.
The xenomorph has never been to Earth up until AVP, which is out of canon for the Alien movies. So this is the first time that a xenomorph has been on Earth, and it just so happens to be between the first and second movie. But
there's a killer creature on the loose that is property first, monster second.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's the whole entire season is structured like a bottle episode. You are told about the outside world. You get a glimpse of how this new reality works in regards to there's no countries, there's just corporations and nation states that are owned by explicit corporations. We've already known about Weyland-Yutani, but now the Prodigy Corporation is the one we're following, and hilarity ensues. But I think that they did a lot of really wonderful, fun stuff in regards to that. And that is this is what I've couldn't have wished for in a television show based on a franchise, and what I've constantly been wanting out of both Marvel and what's the other one? Star Wars. And then I think DC is starting to do too, because like not everything has to be about the one plot line or the one.
Yeah, we're getting the Clayface movie that is going to have nothing to do with anything.
Peacemaker's like over here doing other weird shit, and that's fine. That's great. Like I don't think that everything needs like the defining feature of Star Wars does not have to be Jedi. Just like I think a defining feature now after this show, a defining feature of this franchise does not explicitly have to be xenomorphs
because of the eyeball monster.
And that is
freaking love eyeball monster.
Honestly, it should just like maybe just the existence of the corporations is enough. Because I would still also watch a bureaucratic show about Weyland-Yutani and Prodigy, corporate espionage with synthetics and androids.
I will bet you there was a script written about something else, and then Noel was like, I can't get this made as just a boring thing. But if I make it in the Alien universe, I can.
I was going to say, like, if I love how much of the focus is on these corporations, because they're always the real bad guy in all the alien media. Like, they're always the problem. They're always the ones making the decisions to put people in danger. They're always the ones that people are dedicating their entire lives to, whether or not they believe in the cause or not. And I do love how much this show was more about what's happening behind the scenes of these corporations rather than like us being in a spaceship or somewhere else. And, you know, Captain comes up and is like, Weyland-Yutani said we got to do it. And then it's like, oh, well, screw Weyland-Yutani, I guess. But yeah, sure, let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
I love seeing some of the decision making in politics here. It was great.
You know what I love a lot about any movie that does this? 1970s styles, crews, people sitting on a boat, like 70s style filmmaking. Like you always think of the boat in Jaws. You know, those conversations. You know, you think of John Hurt in Alien and the crew. I love that they held on to that. It's like not modernized at all. There's cigarettes. There's
the cigarettes on the ship was so fun.
Yeah, I loved that. I'm like, this fucking rules. So I love when you get that 70s aesthetic in modern film. Like just put people at a table. Let me watch that for a little bit. You know?
Well, yeah. So that's like that is something
I don't
that
give a shit when they die.
That is something that a TV show can do that movies typically don't have space for. For a movie, especially if it's a genre movie where we know a big bad is coming or a big thing is going to happen, because that's why you went there, you have so little time to not only establish, you know, ordinary world, but then also how do I ingratiate myself? How do I get my audience to ingratiate themselves to these four characters? And you usually have maybe 1 minute apiece to identify them as something or some persona or some, I don't know, base emotion or id factor in order for you to just feel at least something when they die.
The old guy, the slut, the kid,
or just like, you know, he said he doesn't like cats, so when he dies, we're gonna cheer. She said that she can't wait to see her son again, so when they die, we're gonna be sad.
Right.
Like they literally only have that much. Whereas a TV show provides you that space to fill in the gaps. I think some TV shows do it incredibly poorly.
Oh yeah,
This
I
one,
agree.
perfect. Like I gave a shit about her brother, and every time he was in danger, which was a lot, I was like, episode 2, 3. He is the character played by Alex Lothar, who, speaking of Andor, is the kid that writes the manifesto. I knew I saw him somewhere, and I looked it up, and I was like, holy shit, and I forgot the character's name, but he's the voiceover. He's the young kid in season 1 that, Pink jumped in. Andor is the new gold standard for what you can do outside the box in television. I completely agree, and it is very earned, especially in regards to genre television, using science fiction to actually do something.
Did you see what JD
Yeah,
wrote?
I'm not going to read it on purpose. So where was I?
We're talking about.
The character. So, my wife, do you ever like, we've watched and read so many things and had some courses, not film school, but like some courses,
I forgot them all.
where they break down structure for you. So I'm watching something and I can kind of know where it's probably going to go, based off of specific scene settings, social cues, or how the movie sets it up and how they frame it.
We're in the rising tension right now.
Yeah, like, oh, this is only first act. It's probably nothing's going to happen here, but they're going to, like, you know, feign something, and then we're going to do
later.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like you just kind of see the seams. There is I think it's episode 2 or 3. There's a series of little like one-off problems that the brother keeps coming up against, and every time, my wife is just like, they're going to kill him. I was like, in my head, I'm thinking, like, the show can't kill him yet because they established this emotional weight where he thinks his sister is dead, but she's out to find him. So, like, it can't do that yet. And against my expectations, The show brings them face to face immediately after I had that thought. And then I was like, oh, fuck, it's all bets are off now. I don't know what's going to happen with this character.
Episode 2 where he's trying to get down the tower and then he's got to like jump across the thing. And then there's an egg in there.
Yeah.
And
This TV show is not concerned with spreading it thin. It moves and it keeps doing something new. And it kept me on my toes, even though I've watched 100,000 hours of media.
Yeah. I thought he was going to get a face hugger on him as soon as I saw those eggs. Like, I was like, oh, they've met, and I've now seen the eggs. He's next. That's what has to happen.
And then, I mean, okay, we'll only go up to season 3, spoilers. And then a fucking xenomorph rips him out of the room and takes him somewhere else as a cliffhanger for the episode. I'm like...
with the tail that is essentially a scorpion-piercing thing.
And then, meanwhile, like 20 minutes before, he got straight through his chest and pierced his lung.
Yeah.
So...
he did survive a lot in that episode, to be
I'm
fair.
a medic. But then and this was one of those moments where lore, I did remember lore at the moment too, where I was just like, actually, they usually save and gestate for an egg, so maybe he won't be dead yet. But I had to like convince myself of that, which I usually don't because stuff is boring.
Yeah.
I mean, the genius of this is also that number right there, 8. 8 episodes, not 12, not 10, not fucking 16, which I've seen before. 8. Get in, get out. Have enough time to do it. Now, I actually do wish they trimmed a little bit off of the shows. I think this would be a incredible 30-minute series. So I would rather it be 10 episodes, 30 minutes.
You know what? There was only one episode that was over 60 minutes long, and that was the Maginot episode where it showed you what actually happened on the ship.
And that episode feels like 10 minutes because it's amazing.
That was the only episode that's over 60 minutes long. And it was only like an hour and 4 minutes.
That's my people sitting on a ship doing shit episode. I love that episode.
Yeah, like because I had to squeeze in the finale before we recorded because I was busy. But I was like, fuck, this is probably going to be like a feature length. And I was like, it's 47 minutes. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck
Make
we're
TV again.
I don't know what we're going to do with Stranger Things when it comes.
The last 3 episodes are going to be movies.
Huge.
They're just going to be movies.
Yeah, but like 3-hour movies.
At least they're spacing it out so you could talk about it and like not be rushed. So like the Stranger Things, I think the first chunk is going to drop Thanksgiving, then Christmas, and then the finale alone on New Year's.
One episode is just about shaving.
Probably.
Just 30 minutes of shaving.
Wait, do we know about like the runtime of these episodes, or are we?
No, but if history is an indicator, the last 2 episodes I think of the last season was 2 hours and 2.5 hours.
I think we got
each.
data on this. I think we got data that the last 2 episodes will be. I don't think I'm making up 3 hours.
Damn.
I believe it because I think one of the finale last season was 2.5 hours long.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn.
And they also did like an 8 episode and then a big ass one, a break, and then an 8 episode and a big ass one.
And I'm not super. I have a soft spot for Stranger Things though, because they do break rules a lot in regards to like run times and episode counts, and they see only one example and one episode in the entire run so far has felt like filler. They do keep propelling the story, which I appreciate.
That also was the first show. That was the first streamer.
Yeah.
I mean, House of Cards technically is before that.
Right.
But as far
Daredevil
as
was before that too?
No. Daredevil wasn't before Stranger Things. Stranger Things was like a Netflix launch title.
Nope.
It wasn't launch. It was.
You see what happened? House of Cards was a launch title on Netflix.
Oh, I thought you were saying Stranger Things.
Well,
I thought Stranger Things was a launch title as well on Netflix.
Stranger Things.
When you say launch title,
I mean,
what do you mean?
Year 1 of Netflix, where Netflix becomes no more DVDs. We're going streaming.
No.
Because
It's not one of their original
the very
programming?
first scripted television show was House of Cards.
Daredevil.
Daredevil.
When I was in college.
Oh, and then the one with Bruce Springsteen's buddy, who was in Sopranos, Lilyhammer. Lilyhammer was also one of the launch titles.
But I think that was actually a Swedish show that they co-opted and co-produced, not and exclusively in-house. First exclusively in-house, Bo Willimons, 2013, House of Cards.
Starring legendary.
Daredevil was 2015, and Stranger Things was 2016, a year later. Yeah.
But Stranger Things took over the goddamn world.
All of these things are way earlier than I thought they were.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Well, it's because they all took a long time. You know, they started taking 2 years off. That wasn't a normal thing. I think Larry David started that.
Still ticks me off.
I'm going for 10 years. I'll see.
Prestige television has gotten so big that it does take 2 to 3 years to make a new season, which always ticks me off because it ticks me off in so much as if you're going to have 3-year gaps, which I think Stranger Things does well. If you're going to have 3-year gaps, your seasons have to be mostly self-contained. It has to tell a complete narrative arc, which I think Alien Earth does.
Yeah.
So if they don't touch anything, like it's got a little bit of a cliffhanger, but where you started with your characters has finality to it.
We get payoff.
You get payoff with like an open door.
Yeah.
Stranger Things does the same thing where there's a big bad that's established. Here we are. They defeat it, and then they give you a little teaser of like what's going to happen next. They're not like just straight cliffhangers, and then let's wait for 3 years, which some TV shows are doing now, and I can't stand it. Like you're either prepared to roll or don't. Like don't like be a better storyteller. And if you continuing is contingent on you manipulating an audience to be like, so hooked that they can't wait, then you're not there.
I'm going to step out for spoilers.
You know what? I don't know if we have to do spoilers. Do you want to do spoilers? Is there something specifically you want to talk about?
Love you.
Deuces.
I wish I had my notes with me. I took notes when I watched, and I forgot. It felt like film school again, or my film classes again. Most of the
we're going to go into mild spoilers. I'm not going to talk about how it actually ends, but most of this show is about Boy Cavalier, a young prodigy who is now in charge of the Prodigy Corporation, aptly titled, who have cities that are their corporations, and he has a research island. On this research island, he is basically taking terminally ill children and has developed technology to put their consciousness into fully synthetic bodies.
Yes.
And the show at that point becomes how the dichotomy between cyborgs, full synthetics that are AI driven, and synthetics with actual human consciousness in them.
Yeah. And where are we drawing the line of humanity and such?
Basically. So like that's the show, and that's narratively rich enough on its own.
Yeah.
But then in the first episode, a derelict spacecraft that was in on a deep space mission to collect samples.
Deep space research vessel that I feel like they said 18 times in one episode.
That was meant to collect alien species samples over the course. They were out for like 60 years.
65.
Crash lands on his property, on his city. And
on Prodigy, in a Prodigy city.
In a Prodigy city, yeah. And then it becomes a corporate race for property.
It becomes, effectively. So the
ship is owned by Weyland-Yutani.
Yeah. And Prodigy is like, oh, this is on our land. And as one of the characters in the show puts it really well, they're like, your ball came into our yard, so now this is our ball. And of course, Weyland-Yutani does not appreciate that. So
so it becomes like a corporate espionage show about trying to get as much out of these alien samples and species and learn as much as possible,
while
multiple
things. It's not
all
just
of the bureaucrats are trying to figure it out and or fight each other for it. At the same time, you have these previously terminally ill children's minds in superhuman bodies
with still children's brains. They are not maturing, it seems,
which
as far as we can tell.
They explain away. Some of them mature, some of them don't. And then overlayered with another like aspect of Peter Pan. He gives them all Peter Pan code names on his island, the boy that never grows up on his island, and blah, blah, blah.
Peter Pan is what's the word, motif for this? Or not motif. It is
It's not a motif or a homage because it's part of the like if it was up to the viewer to intimate that like, oh, they're doing a pastiche of Peter Pan, that's a motif or a homage. It's literally a part of the story that he is building his lost boys. Like the prodigy, like Boy Cavalier, and that's his name, by the way.
Boy Cavalier.
Yeah. He is building these people to be his lost boys.
Which he calls them. He just,
He literally,
references
one's Slighty, one's Smee, one's Wendy, one's Jane. Like they're
Nibs.
Yeah. It's just so cool.
It's we have so many conflicts in one show that are all very much connected, but I feel like nobody realizes how connected all these conflicts are.
Yeah.
Which I very much appreciate. So we have these Lost Boys, is what they call them, who get very immediately involved with this crashed Weyland-Yutani ship. So they have character development based on that experience.
Yeah.
And of course, Prodigy brings these alien specimens back to where the Lost Boys are. And it's just, there's so many. It does a lot of things very well. But one thing that I really adored about it is how much when things get chaotic, they just don't stop being chaotic.
Yeah.
Whether it be on the island or on the research vessel. Like, it's just one thing after another, but it somehow doesn't feel forced, which I love. And it's just, I start to get myself or put myself in the place of these characters and been like, oh, another thing? You can't be fucking serious. Like, there's more happening. Oh, God. And it just keeps going. Yeah. And the thing is, with each episode, like, it's not like the season hits the gas and then stays on the gas. With each episode, we're starting slow again. And then,
how did you feel about the needle drops?
I did not like them.
No?
No. That was actually a note that I had, is I didn't enjoy the needle drops at the end of every episode.
Every episode ends with a late 90s era grunge song.
Yeah, it went from like metal, grunge, a little bit of punk. There was
I want to say there was some Audio Slave, there was some
Smashing Pumpkins.
There was
some Black Sabbath.
There was some early Radiohead. But yeah, it's very, even though we are in a what was it, like, it's like 22 something or 21 something.
Oh. Yeah.
Years of material. We're talking like 150 years in an alternate future. The show and its technology and in the needle drops still kind of makes it feel like something that was built in Ridley Scott's version of the future, in an analog version of the future.
Yeah.
There's connectivity. There's what seems to be internet, but it's all still tactile. Like there are tube screens, even though there is wired connectivity. Yep. There's tablets, but they're
thick.
chonkier, they're thicker, and like the resolution's a little off.
Like an original Game Boy, that kind of thickness.
Yeah, like there is the aesthetic of this show very much. Why the needle drops worked for me is it didn't take me out so much as made me feel nostalgic for when I maybe would have been watching this at that era. Do you know what I mean? Like almost like in this alternate version of the future, they would be in that kind of more grungy,
right,
slappy kind of, slappy's the wrong word, staticky or kind of crunchy style of art, Yeah. It wouldn't be highly produced. It wouldn't be very smooth or slick. It would just all be still very, you would still hear the reverb everywhere, right? So like the music itself really worked for me. If they had it in scene, different story. But the fact that it happened during like the closing credits or like the last shot of the show, I was like, okay.
Yeah, we consistently get like either a big shot or a meaningful look from a character, and then needle drops. We get a couple more seconds and then credits. Yeah, was the end of every episode.
It was never like the soundtrack of the show, but they did it at the end of every episode, and it was like, okay.
Intellectually, like I agree that if we are going to do needle drops, those were good picks for sure. I think they were great bands, songs, genres to pull from. They did take me out of it a little bit. It felt like a bit of a shock. And that said, generally speaking, I do think they did a great job of making this alternate future timeline thing feel real. Honestly, the most impressive thing for me that immediately pulled me into the world was either episode 1 or 2 I guess the ship crashes episode 1 probably. The first big shot that we get of this Prodigy city, it felt like the future, but it felt real. And I think honestly it was the sound design of it where I didn't hear much other than just cars. Like it wasn't like a cyberpunk type of movie where they're doing too much with all these different neon signs and crazy noises. It was just, it's a city. The design is just a little different.
There's terminology for it that I recently learned. It was that comic. I forget the Vanishing Point. I think it is that Chuck Russell's doing. Sorry, not Chuck Russell. Mark Russell. Protopia. It's not a utopia. It's not a dystopia. Like utopia being a perfect, dystopia being awful.
Mm-hmm.
A protopia is a more realistic, pragmatic vision of the future.
Right.
And this is very much feels like a protopia of like the Earth is dying. This is the pragmatic thing that they did in order to, blah, blah, blah. Technology is insufficient. So this is the pragmatic version of protopia being like that version of the future that is a little bit more realistic, a little less shiny and or a little less dirty. Like it's just, these people exist in a space and they live in it versus it all looks like a special effect.
Yeah. It was great.
Pink said, "God damn it, the retro prop sets make me want to see it." I think you might dig it. It's absolutely. There's more under the label than was presented.
Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, this, like the synopsis that Noel read out at the beginning and that you're gonna find, misrepresents it a little bit. Like I guess it conveys the correct vibe of the show. Maybe. Yeah. When a mysterious space vessel crash lands on Earth, Wendy and a ragtag group of tactical soldiers make a fateful discovery that puts them face to face with the planet's greatest threat.
That is the first 15 minutes of the first episode.
Yeah. And also, the biggest thing that sticks out to me is tactical soldiers.
I mean, and a ragtag group of tactical soldiers. They didn't say that they're kids.
Yeah.
But there's also soldiers there.
There are,
There's first responders.
But also, I do love how vague planet's greatest threat is, because is that really the aliens?
No.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which I love.
This is a damn good show. It'd be great if there's a season 2.
Mm-hmm.
If not, I'm good.
I'm happy.
Yeah, like this is very much, it's as self-contained as it could be or needs to be, but with leaving many things open to kind of explore. Yeah, man, thumbs up. This was cool.
Can we talk about how I was more scared about that sheep than I have been, I think, anything else in that show?
Other aliens in this show.
Yeah.
And they set them up so perfectly.
They make some of the aliens in the show so subtly terrifying that it's like they're not hiding. They're in plain sight. It's not like a xenomorph where you're like, oh, where is it? It's going to jump out of nowhere and kill me instantly. This alien is just there and biding its time. And it's so scary.
All of the aliens, all of the new aliens in this show leverage things that are already inherently terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Flies. Cannibal plants.
Yep.
Even the drinking the water part, like there's
dude,
so much awful
ticks, just
man,
there's so many. There are things in this show that are gross, but not gross in a like slasher horror, like, oh god, this is just too much type of vibe. It's like you got me.
It's not. It's odd. It's not exploitative. Exploitative. It's just disturbing.
Yes, exactly.
And then the show will establish a scenario where none of the aliens are that we've met so far give a shit about synthetics.
Yeah.
Until they do.
Uh-huh.
And you're like, that's the worst one. Yeah. Like this is a good show. This is a damn good show. Yeah. I'm looking forward to more. And this is, I would put this up there with like Andor in regards to how well they take
Andor
care
yet.
of IP. Well, I mean, watch it or don't if you care
I'm
about
only like 2 episodes
good
in
stories of the whole thing
of Andor.
or of season 2.
Oh no, of the whole thing.
Oh yeah, binge it. It's fun. You'll
Yeah.
love it. Yeah,
I'm sure.
it's 3 episode chunks.
Mm-hmm.
Every 3 episodes is kind of a new story arc.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh
so
nice. Okay, cool.
watch the first 3.
Mm-hmm.
And the next, you could like take breaks in between, but like
Yeah.
each and the second season,
Mm-hmm.
the first season. We're talking about Andor now, by the way. The first season. This is an Andor podcast. The first season, the entire course of it is about a year and change.
Mm-hmm.
Season 2 is 4 years. Every 3 episode arc, there is a year gap between.
Oh,
So you are
interesting.
jumping into where they are at this point in time.
That's
and
cool.
it's phenomenal. But
Nice.
it's a bingeable, but you can watch it in just like 3 episode
I
chunks.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because honestly, as much as I enjoyed it and was eager to continue watching this show, it was actually a lot harder to find 8 to 9 hours of free time in the past week and a half.
No, just yeah. Also, too, with Andor, I don't even think it starts cooking until the 3rd episode. Like they really
Yeah.
did structure it to be like,
Mhm.
here's the first piece.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, I think even when they released it, it was
They released
the
in
first
chunks like
3
that?
episodes first, and
Oh,
then
nice.
weekly. Yeah.
I like that.
But anyway, look, we've waxed philosophic about a lot of things that don't matter in this world except to us. So we'll close it on that. Alien Earth was fun as hell, and y'all should give it a shot. We're in agreement. Yada yada, all the other stuff we talked about tonight. Thank you for joining us this evening. If you want to participate in the show, like a lot of these wonderful people did, when we are live, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, chat with us. If you can't or are watching this later, do all that other stuff anyway. However, you can also email us at cultpopco@gmail.com. Questions, comments, concerns, praise, donations, whatever. Also, new episodes of Inside the Morgue are drop every Wednesday. New episodes of Fresh Floppies drop every Thursday. Check all those out. We'll see you next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we will be back here live on YouTube and later whenever you listen to your podcast.
You know what you guys are talking about next week?
I did, but I don't remember now.
Sorry.
If you want,
I don't know
if you want
either.
to talk for 2 or 3 seconds, I could pull it up.
2 or 3 seconds.
More than that, but you know.
Okay. No, that's fine.
How was your first experience on the show?
My first experience, I honestly more nervous than I anticipated because I'm not someone who's worried about like being on audio, camera, whatever. I've done it a whole bunch in the past probably decade, but I haven't talked about a show or movie in detail in a very long time, and there's a lot of things about filmmaking truly that I have forgotten, haven't utilized. A lot of like, I don't know a lot of things about directors, a lot of kind of like what we were talking about in the very beginning. There's just a lot of things that I got annoyed, pushed out of my brain, and I haven't used in 15 years.
Getting old is realizing the shit that people forced you to watch or learn
Yeah.
may have merit now.
See, the thing
But
is,
it is in context, not in
Yeah.
the moment.
Uh-huh.
And I still kind of
Yeah.
like, there's what film school did to me
Mhm.
that I still can't shake is it almost ruined important stuff.
Right.
I watched so many foreign language films, historical films, everything like homework, absorbed all of it.
Right.
And you just kind of fill your bucket. And now when there's like a movie that's like a potential Oscar frontrunner about the most important subject in the world,
Mhm.
I have to like steel myself to go see it or just not see it because it feels it just like that Pavlovian response of it feels like homework now.
Yeah, exactly.
And I hate that's in me. So it's just like been trying to like train it out, but it's probably the same muscle.
That's kind of what it is for me. And I
Yeah.
appreciate, y'all bringing me into stuff like Fresh Floppies and this, because it's honestly like, it's slowly been helping me get back into consuming media and readjusting my mentality while doing it.
The people hate this. Some people hate this. Some people enjoy it. When I like something, I like to ask myself why. And then you have an answer. And then you're like, well, why that?
Yeah.
Why? Keep asking myself why until I get to like the little thing of, like, it made me feel this.
Yeah.
I love finding that. And there's a lot of people that are just like, don't ruin it for me. I was like, sorry.
Yeah.
It's my job. We're going to talk about next week. As long as schedules hold, next week we return to Forks. for Cult Pop Picks Twilight 4. What's part 4?
What?
Breaking Dawn. Twilight Saga: Breaking Dawn Part 1. I've never
you guys
seen
are still
it.
doing the Twilight thing. Nice.
Yeah, I've never
Okay.
seen it. We did 3 last month or back in August, and now we're gonna kick off Halloween month with Twilight,
Nice.
which is horror for many reasons, I assume.
One
But
night.
anyway, that's what we're gonna do next week. Please join us live. Heckle in the chat. We love it. But thank you for joining us,
Thanks.
and we will talk at you later. Do do do.
Bye.
Bye.
Young John!